What's up and welcome back. Let's get out of here. I want to leave.
Halt! These gates are to remain closed at all times. Captain's orders. Wait a second. Well, I'll be a little red imp's uncle, the Source Hunter. Sorry for the gruff treatment. I didn't recognize you right away. Please tell me, how can I aid the investigation?
So civilians aren't allowed outside this gate.
You can see security's tighter than ever around here since that surprise attack the Orcs did on a fortnight ago. They did enough damage to shake up Ahu and Captain Aureus something fierce. We can only hope to hold back the undead and these left-field orc attacks long enough for reinforcements to arrive.
Open the gate, please.
You don't look like you're quite ready to head out into the wilds to me. You may have the right number of champions in your party, yet in experience, I think you're lacking. Of course, the choice is yours, but are you sure you want to venture out?
Don't worry. I can take care of myself. Open the
I
gate.
certainly hope you know what you're doing, Source Hunter. Right, open her up, Legionnaires.
And you know what? If I'm not,
Have, my good man.
that's my
This
choice.
gate'll be short work for a well-equipped contingent of orcs.
An old buckler. Okay. Just the one orc.
The Sicilians retreated from this battle, but what about the orcs?
What
I'd
is
say
that
take it
under
to
the
sea or
ground?
Set up an encampment in yonder caves. Keep
That-
your weapon at the ready.
I guess that's a ship. Ah! Don't mind that. My alarm telling me I'm being silly by being awake. That's okay. We will persevere, at least for a little bit longer. Alright. I'm tired of looking at it like this. The benefits are nice, but I hate the wire grid. So, I should not loot any of these bodies because they are considered her property. Charla.
Oh, hello! What have we here? An adventurer, I judge, by the world-weary look of your weapon, and a noble by the wonderfully deep pockets clipped to your belt. What luck! What luck!
Tell me about yourself.
Charla is my name, good friend. I came to this second life some time ago, some years it must be, or perhaps not. In any case, it has been time well spent hunting out magnificent goods and selling them to interested parties. So many wonderful artifacts I've found, so many precious relics I'd be so happy to rehome to a trusted buyer.
What kind of wares do you have on hand?
Have a look by all means. You'll find every make and kind of impressive accessories, but you'll also find certain very rare relics too. You look like just the sort of self-starter to appreciate what I mean. Weapons, 4 of them, that the intrepid adventurer can improve and upgrade as he travels if he finds the right pieces. See them? See them? Judge for yourself.
So, yeah, what she's talking about is she's got 4 items. These. Adventurer's Sword, Adventurer's Axe, Adventurer's Staff, and Adventurer's Bow. These are upgradable. They're only upgradable by going through the campaign and finding items on the ground that enhance them. So right now, ooh, that's something I actually want. Hold on. Gold value. They can get pretty powerful overall. But ultimately, weapons that you can buy from a vendor will be fine overall. That's... the bow I might buy. Oh man, I forgot we're still rocking basic shit. Like bare minimum. Damn shame. Yeah, what I'm doing is foolish. Do not get that twisted. Yet, we are still going to attempt it because adventure. Plus,
Goodbye,
also,
friend. Goodbye. That is, unless you fancy a glance at some of my wonderful goods.
because what I can find out there in the wilderness is going to benefit Medora like a sumbitch. As I mentioned before, weapons may have a problem to be wielded by the inexperienced, but not not armor. All right, another pseudo crash looking thing. Thanks. Okay. Hello, orc. Ragnar.
Away with your weapons! Away! Leave humble orc to mourn in peace.
He's so sad. What are you doing here?
I don't want to fight. I ain't after no fancy stone. I just want to bury these bodies the traditional way. It's the least I could do for my dear brother Oggy. Oh, he was such a dear lad he was. We wanted to see the world, but we saw next to nothing before he was called to serve the old mother in the afterlife.
Damn, that sucks. What's the traditional way?
In our village, oh, poor Oggy will never see her again. Tradition goes that a warrior should be buried with his best armor so he can defend himself in the afterlife. There weren't so many spoiled after the battle, but I managed to give old Oggy the best set. A proud send-off for a proud soldier.
I'm gonna do a quick save real quick, because I'm not sure if I can find it without him. I don't want to be a dick, but if I have to be, I will come back to this. This orc is obviously bereft. I'll risk missing out on the armor set and leave him be.
Don't think I didn't see that twinkle in your eye when I spoke of the armor, small bones. But I thank you for leaving my brother to rest in peace.
What stone do you mean?
Don't play dumb with me, small bones. You know as well as I that your little city here won't be rid of us orcs till my kind gets that fancy schmancy bloodstone you got in yonder cove.
Well, you know, I'd say you can have it, but I kind of want it too. So I guess you'll just have to die. What are those totems?
In our hometown, we honour the dead by decorating their graves with whatever materials we have. In this case, it's wood. They look rather fetching, don't they? I'll keep you proud.
Not to accidentally disturb any graves.
We made a promise to an orc, after all.
I've spotted something.
Hey, it's a grave. Medora, you have something you want to say on the matter?
That pathetic heap of source-addled frog skin thought it could fool us, did it? Old Medora knows for certain that orc would have loved nothing better than to axe you in the back while it cried on your shoulder.
So, I always pick the second option, but what else but a tainted source being could sail to peaceful Sicil with the intention of making war? Damn his sob story to the hell he came from. Or what kind of source hunter can't show an ounce of compassion to someone so obviously bereft?
Well, excuse me for failing to notice the lush inner lives of the many orcs who've nearly chopped my head clean off. Is it my fault I've never met an orc who wasn't interested, above all else, in stirring my guts with a spear? Do as you will, then, as long as you're sure. I suppose an orc's too stupid to fathom such trickery anyhow. Imagine that. An orc experiencing grief. Can't picture it myself.
There's not many times you get to guide Medora, but yet it always seems like that's a wrong decision. I mean, she feels like it's a wrong decision, of course, because she's, you know, racist.
What's this? I found something.
So the brother should be like right here.
We had better watch our every step.
I think. Yep, there it is. Look at that. 62 armor, plus 1 strength, plus 20 HP, 5% chance to set feared status for 1 turn for anyone that's like hitting me. And orc helmet, 17 armor, 1 perception, 2.4 sight, and 1 initiative. This fine heavy armor appears to have been taken from a human victim of the Orcs Club. This helmet's red horn signified the blood spilled by the warrior donning them.
Careful now, that's a trap.
So Medora, actually, here's the problem, right? This helmet is better than what I have right here, but we want her to always have a leadership piece of gear. Because Medora's better when she's leading the herd. Yeah, these will be fine for right now.
Well, what's this I've spotted?
Dead guy. But do you want to see something kind of cruel but hilarious at the same time? Man over here is crying about his dead brother and whatnot. And please don't disturb the graves.
They strike viciously.
Just dig him up in front of him. No big Ducci. Okay. Well, despise the emotional damage that we inflicted. Ah, what do you say? Let's kill us a greenskin. How do you feel about that? What's that? You feel morally wrong with it. Well, let's see how we do.
I just want to watch the world burn.
I don't want to set the world on fire. Okay. It's not getting too bad a damage so far.
Take no prisoners!
Well said. Oh, she's only got enough to do one move. Well, might as well knock him down. I'll get knocked down, but I get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. I'll get knocked down, but I'll get up again. You're never gonna keep me down. Suffer. So, curse lowers the target's chance to hit by 30, and weak lowers the target's damage by half. So I just made this man effectively worthless. Medora,
I can infuse you with power.
you're gonna have a good time next turn. Oh, never mind. Oh, he did. See, that's what careful planning and some backstabbing on your word will get you. Progress. You see, we are the heroes of Sicil. You can say otherwise if you'd like. You're entitled to your wrong opinion. It's okay. It's okay. Oh, Medora's got something to go for. You need leadership, and you need it bad. Got 2 from that. I have a sheet to keep track of what I need to focus on with Medora. In fact, let me grab far away in between a lot of things. Sorry. Okay.
Sea garbage.
So she's at 8 strength. Yep. What's her speed at? 6. Okay. And her con is beyond. So let's go up on strength for right now. Or, well, I like speed. Speed helps. Yeah, that's fine. Fair daughter, do you have? No, you don't. Weird. All right, we've had a taste for blood, and now we want more, right? Right. And that's why we're going to leave the safety of the town to go back to where the well was so that we can kill some zombies. It's gonna be wonderful. But yeah, if I do a bonus episode of just crafting, you'll know it by me mostly hanging out over here. I'll have Jahan in the party, most likely.
Warm as dragon's breath!
Beyond these
I feel that.
walls, the dead
It
roam
never
free.
ends around here. There's a zombie in my garden, my sheep is missing, an orc at my baby. Night and day, day and night.
Yeah, you sound real broken up about it, man. Actually, before we go into...
I wouldn't venture too far out of town if I were you. Many legionnaires did so before you. Very few have returned.
What's that crap you got
Whose
there?
invention? The stasis blaster. Quite a sight, no? The ray can singe a zombie or skeleton to ash in a matter of seconds.
That's pretty cool.
These days, we legionnaires hold a lottery to see who gets to man the things. You can bet it's no small amount easier to blast those flesh-eating monstrosities from a distance than to get within striking range. Don't ask me how the blaster works, though. I just make sure the thing's hitting its targets.
That's all you need.
Murder within the walls, undead outside the walls, and here we legionnaires sit twiddling our thumbs.
But you carried a
I could do
scroll for me.
an oven door open.
Medora, you got something else to say?
So the wizard's crafted a device intended to keep the undead at bay, has he? Little did he expect we'd recognize the hulking source sapphire he's using to fuel it.
No, Medora, we've talked to him about this.
Careful now, comrades, and tread lightly. There's no telling when that madman's doomsday device might gain sentience and turn its rays on us.
A source sapphire? If that's so, Aru couldn't have known the stone's dark nature when he installed it. Doomsday device? Source sapphire? Why don't we keep along this poisonous path and carry on with our insidious investigation? Meanwhile, Medora, keep the crackpot commentary to yourself. You fucking loon. No, anyway. Be nice, sir.
He most certainly crafted the thing with his own 2 hands. The magical sort will do anything to gain power, esteem, and fortune.
She's got a good point.
It surprises me not in the least that a wizard would endanger all of Sicil by capitalizing on a cursed relic. May the gods deal with him directly.
So, I don't know the story of the older games, but I can tell you, in at least the first, Divinity game, it seems like Aru's in it, just based on the opening cutscene. So, I don't know. I guess he's a staple character for the franchise. So, this is the morgue. I'm not going to take the corpse compendium. It's just a book saying, the funeral rites for people. Roberts.
So, what's the bad news? More orcs rampaging through the docks? Or have those infernal statues sent another soul flying to his death?
He knows about the corpse. Tell me about yourself.
This here's my family business. Yes, there's been a Roberts escorting stiffs into the next life since the foundation of Seal itself. They don't write epics about morticians, but I'm proud of my work nonetheless.
They damn well should. What can you tell me about Jake's murder?
Sad story, that. Though if I'm speaking plainly, the sentimental aspect of it all doesn't make much of an impression on an undertaker. Especially not these days, with so many laid low by the orcs and such like. I just concern myself with giving the remains a respectable exit from life. We set him to rest in the northern graveyard. Perhaps he can finally get a little peace.
Yeah, about you being full of shit.
A sheep? That's a whole heap of nonsense. Don't bother me with such wild tales.
I'll tell you what, you tell me the truth about that sheep, and I won't bother burying you alongside it. I've heard that you're a good man. Now's your chance to help your community. Come clean, and whoever's responsible for taking the body could be brought to justice. Look, it's clear I'm only a few steps away from solving this mystery. If you don't tell me the truth, I'll simply find it another way. Why delay the inevitable? Let's go with, charm. Okay. All right, let's go with scissors. Hey. Let's go with... Oh, no. Scissors. There we go. I went the wrong way.
I suppose you're right. A corpse is one thing, but I couldn't stand to have the disappearance of a living soul on my conscience. Come, I'll tell you the whole story.
Tell me more, tell me more.
I buried that blasted sheep, but I swear on my lucky left foot I had nothing to do with that body disappearing. 1 minute it was on my slab, you see. I left the room for just a moment to answer the bell in the front parlour, and when I returned, the body was simply gone. In its place was a sack containing more gold coins than I could even count. The message was clear. Silence is golden. My business has been declining right alongside the rest of our blighted city. And that sack of gold was worth more than I made during one of the good years. I needed cash, and someone needed my silence. I knew I had to bury something or risk being found out. So that night, I stole into the market and made off with Bertia's fattest sheep. It was a bloody waste to stick so much fine meat into the ground to rot, but it had to be done. The next day, the pallbearers retrieved Jake's coffin, sealed to hide the body's terrible wounds, none the wiser that within the casket lay nothing more venerable than a slaughtered beast. Now, you can imagine I've spent more than my share of restless nights wondering who could have wanted that cadaver and for what purpose. I'm not an inch closer to imagining the why, but I've got a few inklings as to the who. Near as I can reckon, there are only 4 people who could have been involved. Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, Theleron's apprentice Evelyn, and Esmeralda.
Why do you suspect Mayor Cecil?
Plenty of us shopkeepers entrust the mayor with the spare keys to our businesses, you know. And he's the only person in town with a second copy of the key to the mortuary. He could have used it to sidle in without a peep, if he were so inclined.
He could have. What about Aureus?
Aureus himself paid me a visit the night the body was delivered. Came rapping at my door in the frosty morning before the sun had even started peeping, and told me to tell him, and only him, if I noticed anything strange or suspicious about the remains.
Yeah, but that's
Can't see
just kind of
why
what
he
he does.
bothered to go through all that trouble, unless he knew something the rest of us don't.
What do you suspect Evelyn?
I know it sounds strange suspecting the doctor's apprentice of something so ghoulish as this, but there's few in this city could manage to transport a corpse without raising eyebrows. It was she who delivered Jake's body from the inn to the mortuary. And there was something about her that night, some kind of excitement. Seemed she could barely contain her thoughts, that there was something thrilling about to happen. I can't quite settle it in my mind how a young medical professional would have such a strange reaction to an occasion such as that. And this may or may not have anything to do with the whole rigmarole. But her master, Dr. Theleron, bought an old shack of mine, one overtaken by undead, for an exorbitant price considering what he was getting. I never did figure what he wanted it for, but he sure seemed eager.
Suspicious, for sure, but why do you suspect Esmeralda?
I never saw a widow less distraught at the death of her husband, and I've seen hundreds pass through my parlor. It was she who rang my bell just before the body was snatched, lured me outside claiming she needed air, before discussing the funeral arrangements. Some accomplice could have sneaked in and grabbed the remains while I was comforting the oh-so-overcome Esmeralda.
About the bag of gold you received for keeping quiet about Jake's body.
That gold's the only good thing to come out of this blasted affair, and I certainly plan on making some use of it.
Charm you again. Okay. Oh no. Should have gone in the other way. Shit. Did I save at all? No. What happens if I do over the quick save? Is it still going to be a bitch to me? No, it's not. What the fuck's that about? Okay. That didn't happen. You didn't see anything. Don't worry, it restarts like all the progress in the... Beautiful. Oh, shit. Okay. I am not doing too well. Okay, maybe paper. Yay, paper.
Well, with all the troubles plaguing Sicil, I suppose us natives ought to put our finest feet forward. Here, take the gold and give it to someone who actually deserves it.
That's good of you, Roberts. Would you talk to Bear Daughter real quick? So companions cannot talk to NPCs. I mean, they can. Like, you can absolutely chat with people and whatnot, but it will not progress any quests or story. They say the exact same thing every time. Who the devil are you? I won't speak. I want to speak to your master directly.
Sigurd's beard, what a find!
Jesus, man. I'm never ready for that. Furthermore, I find it impossible that any but Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, Evelyn, or Esmeralda would have been able to gain access to the body without my noticing. A corpse can't just vanish into thin air, and even if it could, it's not as though a strong wind could blow out a sack of gold onto the empty slab. No, one of them must have been involved, but as long as no one goes digging up Jake's coffin, I don't see how the crime could ever be traced back to me.
Looks like the mortician is rather suspicious about Jake.
What could Mayor Cecil, Captain Aureus, or Evelyn have to do with it?
You know he's right here, right? Saying that in front of his face. Well, keep him busy. I'm going to ransack his shop. Mortician's chest key. Don't know if I'll need the identifying glass, but I got it. Better to have it than not use it, versus needing it and not having it. Ooh. What's in the barrel? Ooh. I'm liking this so far. No problems whatsoever. Is this your... Yep. Some goodies. Pretty much every time I've examined a closet throughout the games, it's always a cloth scrap, which is ideal for me. But, you know, by the time I get to it, it's a little outdated for the gold value it's worth. Okay. You know what? We're running low on time for the episode, but there's more to do in town. Honestly, like we need to chat to Bertia, whose sheep was slaughtered for this imposter body.
It's heating up.
We need to chat up
Evil lurks beyond
Aureus about Eglander and our fucknut of a mortician. But I did say we'd have some combat this episode, and thus I give the people what they want.
One mark is not enough.
Hey! We just got a level. We just got a level. We just got a level. Now you're gonna get fucked. But if I can move up yonder, can I? Yes. Yes! Ricochet, fire away. That water barrel's in my way. Boy, she is not good on speed. They're still too far down, so the angle is askew. There we go. That's all I wanted. Well, I definitely don't need to do anything with rain, because... Oh, yeah, I got the wand right now. Did the wand give me a spell? Head vice. It's not on my bar. Oh, wait, no, it is. Oh, but it's 9 AP. That would do it. Yeah, totally. Okay, guess we're buffing. Medora's gonna need it. She's into the thick of it. Yeah, but she's got fancy armor now. You guys can't do as much as you thought you could. Beautiful. Time for a good old classic whirlwind. Woohoo! All right, yeah. It's been a second since we've seen a little bit of combat, but that's what you do. Yeah, that was worth a little bit. All right, goody goody. Well, it is certainly far too late for me to be up right now.
Good to have you back, Source Hunter. A sight for sore eyes indeed.
Potent heat!
But we've accomplished a lot today. You know, we dealt with the head, we dealt with the mortician, we killed some zombies, and we got Medora pretty geared up. If only the helmet could be a leadership instead of what it is, that'd be ideal. But, you know, that's just how it goes. And we'll continue this another time for another episode of the Great Divinity Original Sin Enhanced Edition. I have been Captain Zane, and I thank you so much for watching and for whatever support you can give. Always great spending time with you, and I'll see you in the next one. Farewell!